have a ton of reps from the regional season here.
Absolutely do. And if we do want to discuss that NRG game, there's a lot to take away from that in at least the form conversation. For now, we'll focus on what's in front of us with PRX starting out on the attacking side. Of course, that then means Fnatic going to be having to hold back on these sites. And you're right, they do have a great deal of reps. And again, some specialists here too, taking some of the very few wins against certain teams who made this very much a home in EMEA. For now, though, PRX looking like they want to end towards C, testing a little towards B, but the end goal looks like that C site. But there are already 2 players here. And Forsaken has to be cautious on the way in. Leo waiting patiently, as is supposed to. Contact's made.
Does actually slip away here, but tagged down to 6 HP. Leo's going to give up a lot of space as well. CGRS to retrieve potentially both bits of utility there. Hesitant on the second, but Fnatic, I was going to say, might get a shot at a kill here, but Chronicle not able to pin one down.
No, felt so close to it, but it looks like PRX actually want to swing CT. Not necessarily a bad idea. That pain shell going to send them scattering. Does a lot of chip damage. But where's that next layer of pressure? Fnatic not quite working in perfect unison yet. It's going to give opportunities to PRX. Still hold this down. You're still seeing 2 standing. That one's going to hurt, though. Durka posts it to the pocket. Oh, that's not a bad shot. Back to a 1v1. Durka. Oh, there he is. Welcome to the stage, Durka. Lovely start for him.
The first stage was beautiful, but then picked up 2 kills off camera to find the reset there. And so much chip damage done with the first that actually the follow-up paint shell does secure a kill. And it looks a little dicey there because PRX are able to take so much space, and like I said, CGRS actually sets in motion this push into spawn. Forcefully Divide just can't find, well, I mean, 30 HP on the right click potentially to close that one out.
Yeah, Dirk is now over halfway to that showstopper too. 4 kills in round 1. That's how you do it. Straight on the rifle. Bulldogs coming out as well.
Yeah, interesting to not see Fnatic also opt for that typical Marshall buy and spread the funds a little bit.
It did seem to become common practice when we saw them throughout that regular season. But now they're going to note the orb has disappeared over towards B. But it's just going to be PRX taking that tour. Do what they can with this.
I'm curious as well, we've seen 2 new setups so far in the first 2 rounds. Again, haven't seen that pistol round setup from Fnatic previously. And here, Chronicle's actually committed towards the C site with Alpha. I don't know if this is just because this is a very, very heavily invested round 2. Maybe a different setup shown here by Fnatic. Conceded a lot of space outside A as well. You can see the spam coming through from Durka and Leo, but no real damage. Forsaken down to 66 HP.
That's a nice bit of info, though, for Durka there. The jump spot should reveal potentially 1 or 2 players. Not sure if it was the same player he saw, but that's enough to indicate that this is maybe worth pulling the additional player over. Yeah, Leo now going to start feeling that scrutiny. Sight under contest. Yeah, Leo comfy on this. No one able to really close that gap here. PRX desperate for an opportunity. Durka's farming. He's got a showstopper already. Yeah, beautiful from Fnatic. This is pretty much largely in control, not falling to any of what PRX would have wanted, and a Prime Gaming flawless there in the second round.
I'm curious actually if on the buy round now, Chronicle is going to drift back towards that A site anchor that he's demonstrating very comfortably throughout the season. But already here, seeing some changes in the setups from Fnatic.
But I quite like that, because we were starting to, not necessarily question, but we were noting that, again, when you're the team coming in with a big target on your back, you have to adapt. Yes, we obviously watched that Liquid game that gave us a lot of worries. There were moments throughout the regular season where there were gaps in Fnatic's approach, but obviously we're just being very critical of one of the best teams there. We have to be, right? It's you got to look at it bigger picture. So nice to see during that downtime between regular play and here in Tokyo, they've definitely come up with some new bits and pieces.
Yeah, exactly. Even seeing changes here in a 9-1 record this year on this map. That's what we know Fnatic for. Another setup variation here once again as well. Alpha, a little bit of utility here to help Leo and Closer on this hold, but say CGRS actually can't find the first. Jing will find it with a paint shell though.
Yeah, so much invested just to clear Boaster. Alpha's here as well. Leo's sit towards CT, so I think Alpha's gonna dip away from this, give up the space, maybe allow them to get that plant here. Actually, get the spike and back away.
Jing actually swiped the spike there.
Very nice.
Able to peel away from this. Will leave Mindfreak posted up, but Forsaken has found so much space on the other side of the map.
I wonder how diligent Fnatic can re-clear this area. Obviously, there's a problem, right? Forsaken's position is brutal. Mindfreak still going to try and sell that they've got that end goal on C, which does draw a player back, but Leo's got his eyes set elsewhere.
Go towards B.
30 seconds
They haven't got an entry yet, though. There's still utility in the way. Forsaken does very well to find Leo, but this is still a non-starter. Durka's going to take down Forsaken, and they still haven't made it in towards that B site. Alpha's got this on lockdown. They haven't made it through at all, so they look back towards C. And now they're down to 15 seconds. They've got to make this one stick. Chronicle's gotten close, but the flash will force him away. 10 seconds now. If they deny the plant, that's where it could get problematic. They haven't. So with 5 seconds, wait. Okay, denied, hold on.
He's got it.
Has he got that down in time? I think he's just about. Yes, he has. Durka, though! He's got him right back. Beautiful work from Durka. Divine out. 1v2. Alpha's position will be considered. Flash in 1 second. What can he do with this? Not an easy situation. Spots it, loses it. Alpha's got it. And Fnatic trying to mirror them. Match for match here. That late round attempt towards B, Mike, it had nothing behind it.
Yeah, so well handled. The fact that PRX actually don't capitalize on all that space that Forsaken's taken and try and find the timing, a window of opportunity towards A site, very, very strange. Because he's here for so long. Again, they know that Alpha potentially started towards C, and again, you've got to argue that the assumption's there that his utility is still set up towards B site. And Forsaken's way ahead of that. Yep. He's gone all the way through A. I don't know if the question mark is there that potentially there's another player unnoted from Fnatic towards 3, or maybe towards drop or something, but very strange.
Have to just quickly note we're in round 3. And I'm pretty sure Durka is 10-0. That's the start, though. Jing flies in, takes away Chronicle. So that does open up an avenue towards C if they want to lean into it early. But there's space being taken elsewhere. Instantaneous answer back from Durka, taking the space away from Forsaken. And look towards B. 3-play stack. Fnatic still controlling so much space in this map, even after conceding the C site.
Yeah, they counter that first blood by finding 2 elsewhere on the map. Devi very disconnected from this right now. Plant's coming through. Jing, gotta be careful. He's caught on the way back through. CTRS is going to be under a ton of pressure here, Lauren.
Yeah, but he has to be good for almost 2 in this to even make it doable for Devi.
Does the flash come through from Devi here?
He's got 2. He might as well give him something. There's 1. Tries to swing on it. Doesn't get what he wants. Just the tag. That's not enough. He needed more. And Devi's fallen. CGRS can only do so much. Overwhelmed in the end. Let's take stock, Mike. We're at 4-0. I mean, Fnatic are looking very good here. Give me your thoughts on what we're seeing thus far.
I mean, this is a beautiful example of where actually you do get an advantage versus Fnatic, and immediately they aggress on the other side of the map. They look for the weaker side of this potentially default, or at least the setup here early on. After that, things just spiral out of control for PRX. Like I said, Devi's lost so far away from this. I'm not surprised to see a PRX timeout so early on, because there's very, very few.
Vandal for Jing, that's about it. Nice little start he had over towards, I think it was Chronicle he caught on C, but it didn't really amount to much beyond it. Now we're going to see the 3-play stack from Fnatic over on A, and obviously the entirety of PRX here too. Jing trying to do some of that early work he's been quite good for, and actually the flash is fantastic. Makes something of it, he desperately tries to. But it's Leo to trade out, and all of that potential starting to dwindle a bit. But look at the damage done. Chronicle down to 1 HP, Leo is tagged up, and maybe a rifle can be recovered. It's a little deep, but they could probably get hold of that. Maybe get 2 into their hands here. There's something to be had in this.
Chronicle's actually burnt up the second snakebite as well, so luckily enough, able to get back up on the road. But Fnatic, gotta be cautious on the reapproach here. Will concede the plant, and actually Leo's gonna fall.
Yeah, this is lovely work from PRX. Yes, the flank's on the way. Alpha, hold on. Why have you given him a chance? He was the monster on their initial debut. Durka's somewhat taken the role here, but...
He's heard Mindfreak reload, potentially.
How close can Boast to get? Yeah, it's a freebie. And now down on 1. Devi, it's all on you. 1 flash to hand, and the spam starts. Alpha spots him. For the time, it doesn't even matter. Fnatic taking back the site. PRX had a good start. Again, they find that first pick, but then exploring beyond that, they're being given nothing.
They actually get past the trap play here from Fnatic. I say trap play. They're ready and in position to dump util behind rubble.
Yeah.
Set a beautiful flash. Sets Jing in motion, but I feel like he's got to be good for 2 in that. It's a situation where unless he gets 2 cleanly, and Fnatic can't reset after that initial exchange, it almost amounts to nothing.
Yeah. Okay, I'm seeing operators out for Durka. On the other side, Odin, I guess, was Forsaken. A lot of ults to work with.
Sorry, Fnatic are switching up once again on the defense.
Is this maybe the operator in play? Is it? They've got some amounts to work with, or maybe just a read so far. This is an all-in piece towards A so far, it looks like, for PRX. Just maybe for the spam to try and deny that jump spot on the corner. Saw it being cleared through here. GRS going through the protocol list, but Fnatic seem well enough prepared to slip back from this. You're going to have Leo and Chronicle being the two to face what's on the other side. And there's not much beyond just this standard progress towards A here.
Once again, Fnatic conceding a lot of space, don't want to give up anything towards this ultimate from CGRS. PRX will find themselves on site. Wingman will find the plant as well, and actually an aggressive showstopper here from Jing.
So many ults, Mike. They are investing everything to this. Fnatic already sitting pretty deep. There's nothing there. They've completely evaded all of this. Plant finally going to go down, but now the counter utility from Fnatic will be pretty solid. They've got the ult here from Leo, and if they're playing actively on site, they're going to get noted by this. Now, did Jing get pinged on this one? Might get away with a little bit of something here. He's a little bit further ahead than maybe they expected. Still going to go through all of the kit here for Leo. Perfect synergy, allowing Durka to swing. Forsaken denies the follow-up, though. That's fantastic. And now down to a 4v3. Forsaken to buy CGRS. Can they hold this one back? Not like that. Alpha keeping very competitive in this. And Fnatic's retakes are looking gorgeous.
The PRX is just desperate to find a peek from somebody from Fnatic, looking to get this retake started, but can't find anything. This is even with the showstopper being completely denied from Durka. And in that exchange, there's still 3 members of Fnatic standing.
One down.
I didn't even catch actually what denies the initial plant from the Wingman. Beautifully executed by Fnatic.
This is a masterclass.
Yeah.
This is very impressive to watch, really, for PRX. Again, yeah, they're getting a couple of plants down. They're doing
5
everything right.
diffuses on the timeline.
It must be incredibly frustrating, right? You think of it in that regard. You're doing what you're meant to be doing, and it's just not really working out. You can't hold on those retakes. And once again, with no challenge across the map, this is standard now, it looks like, for PRX, trying to head back through spam. Not finding as much as he'd want here. Maybe a little bit of chip towards Forsaken, and that's about it. A little bit more.
Forsaken down to 89, not too much damage done, but PRX feel as if they will have success towards A once again. This time around, Alpha has the lockdown. No other ultimates available, but minimal utility invested so far from Fnatic. Seems to be the game plan, and it's working so far. We have the Odin here, so we've got to be careful with the wallbang onto this ultimate. Yeah, it gets picked out here.
Stopping it so far.
Up and down with.
Nope. Yeah, it's still going to tick on through, so they have to fall away from this. Mindfreak was waiting for Alpha, though. Sends the paranoia, not going to find much, but time ticking now. Fnatic need to get a move on. Can they clear these lines? No, not like that. CGRS going to find Durka, put him down. Jing next one looking vulnerable here. Now they're starting to clear out the side, but they got to get on the defuse. Time is running low, but can Forsaken and CGRS do anything to deny it? Flies in! Fantastic work. Back on the defuse, though. Boaster holds it down. Barely getting it.
PRX do everything they can to buy some time here. But still, Fnatic get the half defuse, and even with some heroics coming through from CGRS to barrel towards the spike. And like I said, this is just a game of utility. Fnatic burn nothing, concede all this space, happy to give the plants up because the lockdown's there, and they have so many tools to retake once again.
Without sounding like a pessimist, unless I don't know if they can overhaul enough here for PRX to really change much of this outcome. Maybe they can get a couple of rounds off an individual, right? Maybe Jing activates a little bit. Maybe you get, you know, a round here or there.
Yeah, but he needs to go nuclear.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, then best the likes of Durka, who's having a big game. Alpha's starting to activate too. It's such a hard team to look at and go, okay, well, this is where your win condition is against Fnatic. They're very well-rounded as a collective. Looks like PRX trying to test another option towards V here. Haven't seen them fully start with this intent, so we'll see how that goes for them. Setting out a bit of kit there. That should be Leo confirming that they are indeed on the site. And maybe going to get themselves a plant.
Tough to hold on to, though. Another situation where there's quite a lot of utility to come back through. Durka on the operator, though. Maybe going to slow things down. Actually, PRX getting a little bit aggressive here. Got to be careful. Alpha's found the first. He gets the second as well.
Yeah, the Wonder Kid looking real good today. Fantastic tournament from him so far. The last two as well, Divide and Forsaken only with Sheriffs. This was the best attempt so far, but it looks like fate will repeat itself. History repeating itself. The defuse is going to be happening, and PRX can do nothing to deny. Fnatic are going to make it to 8. This has been very clear-cut.
Every single round, and we know where PRX's strengths lie. It's in creating that chaos in some of these site executes. There isn't a single member of Fnatic committing to an opening engagement. They back up, they mitigate all this risk. They don't want to get involved in the scrap on site.
Perfect read.
It's a beautiful adjustment. They know that that wave of utility and, like I said, chaos is going to descend upon the site, and Fnatic aren't even there.
Oh, that's not super deep.
Yeah.
They've read this very well every time. And then also keep in mind they've got that nice amount of utility still.
Sustainability, all these other discussions we've had about Fnatic in the past. Some ultimates available here for PRX, but again, these rounds haven't really come down to them.
Here we go.
A bit of a switch up here. Alpha might get caught. Dirk is there to find it, though. Jing removed.
Yeah, and Alpha is sticking around on this. Now the ult's coming his way. He's going to have to handle that, but he's still tucked in the corner. Spots out another pixel and gets away. Paranoia does land, but he's got to safety.
Look at that investment, though. All of that.
Just
to find mound control. And they concede the first blood. So what does the mid-round look like for PRX?
Well, with Mind Freak going down, not great, I think is the outcome.
Smoke's gone.
Yeah. And now how are you going to force Durka away from this as well?
Well, CGRS is actually tucked into a corner here, and he doesn't have any utility to cross back over.
Nope.
Oh, there you go.
And that's Spike.
Spike down.
You're playing perfectly into the hands of Durka here. And Boaster's all too aware. Look at this, look at this.
It's like they're in their comms.
Yeah, 100%.
They know exactly what's going to happen.
Nice attempt for Durka. He's not giving this one up. Yeah, great round from Durka, but honestly, it's everything else that's so impressive. As I said, even Boaster so deep in CT there, so aware that they try and get that player towards those backlines, play behind the wire at the start of it, when basically saving Alpha's life in that.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but there's not much else to really discuss about the rest of this map. I mean, if PRX can come back and find 3 here, it doesn't feel likely, but that would potentially change the conversation
and Durka's
ever so
get
slightly.
The beat here.
Yeah.
He's in the right place. He's on 17-4. I'm terrified for PRX, because Durka in good form is already terrifying. Durka in great form is almost unbeatable. So we're going to have to see if he continues this level of performance. Obviously, Alpha in that first series against NRG was impeccable.
Godlike.
Yeah, it was kind of the rollback to like, okay, this is the kid that everyone was terrified about. But PRX, we're looking to see, can they find something here? Boaster could be actually very vulnerable, yes. Lovely timing coming up from Divide to break that wall. Even Boaster in no man's land. And first, really, the... Oh, that doesn't seem fair! It doesn't seem fair!
Spike planted.
The accidental headshot coming through for Chronicle. Bring it to a 4v4. Another shot of the retake here.
Wonder Kid himself has to get past CGRS. Does so. Easy work for him, making it look so comfortable. And look at this synergy. It's perfect. Absolutely pixel perfect play. Fnatic. Oh, if anything, I've got to say, Mike, this is statement worthy, right? This is when all the other teams go, bloody hell. Well, Loud didn't look so great. Okay, coming in one of the better teams. NRG already lost them. You're talking about all the heavy hitters. Fnatic so far looking above them.
I mean, this is ridiculous. You don't need to give Chronicle those sorts of kills as well, but even here, Jing, the reveal comes through, the boombots zipping towards him, and the swings come through at exactly the same time. Nice! This is so well drilled by Fnatic. And like I said, the perfect adjustment.
It's
completely nerfing PRX's win condition. Yeah. Not even giving it to them.
Oh, not even close. They're calming the chaos, right? There's no opportunities here for them. Absolutely outplaying them, categorically. And proactive on the other side of the map. The deep prowl is going to come out, it's going to reveal, well, there's no one here, so you can either push up Durka, leave him there if you fancy. Don't even have to really do much behind that, because they can't back away now. Cornered into the map. Hello and goodbye, Forsaken, dead in the blink of an eye. Most, yeah, got to get out of there a little bit.
Hands out here.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Oh well. Yeah. You've walked into the blender.
This feels. This doesn't feel like an upper game. This really doesn't.
No. Before the watershed, too.
It's just, I mean, somewhere in the world it's late, I'm sure. Right. Well, they've got
A showstopper.
Yep, but they're on the site. They've got the I mean, they've done that before. They've gotten the plant down. And it's going to be so much for this. The flash was quite nice, but it kind of denies on the same time. Doug's going to land. Here's Mind Freak, good for it. But again, the numbers simply succeeding in every way. Fnatic. I mean, yeah, this is quite hard to watch. No one above 5 kills for PRX.
This is just such a beautiful way to see Fnatic switch things up, honestly.
So Durka currently sat on 19 kills. I think the sum total of PRX is barely ahead of him.
Yeah. By 2 kills, I think.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
That's not a great stat if you're looking for a competitive game here. But if you're an enjoyer of someone absolutely biffing another team, now this is quite enjoyable. Going to juggle away that operator, get that rifle back into safety as well, make sure that's not vulnerable. Leo, though, might get a little test here. Looks like they might try and explore that option on Boaster, but he's not going to fall for it twice. It's way deeper now.
Door will swing. Nobody comes through on the other side here, but Leo and Dirk are both tucked into tree right now. Forsaken disconnected, Mind Freak set up outside B as well. Look at how much space Alpha is commanding here. The turret dealt with will pull Boaster a little bit further back, and Chronicle also in spawn.
Double ops. We did note that Durka did have a rifle on the ground as well, so it's not like... if
he was juggling, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like they got everything they need if he does get pressured in a way that he doesn't feel comfortable with, or maybe a retake on B, for example, which is looking like the most likely option. Now, Jin gets away with not being checked on. That gives him a little bit of room to work. First pick is found there towards Durka, but then Fnatic are so prepared for what PRX wants. And in a flood, in a blink of an eye, they're all gone. Yes, they've got the spike down, but both players now tucked into the corner. How are you meant to deal with this? Diffuse already going to be started. Nothing to stop him so far. They've got to go walkabouts. Leo's going to find it, as is Alpha. Well, well, well.
Blink and you miss it. 12-0.
This game might be over before it even begun. 12-0. We do not see that often at this level.
No, you really don't. This is... Again, you talk about form versus NRG, but this here is really a testament to the preparation and Fnatic's ability to completely mitigate anything PRX can bring to this on Lotus.
I don't think there's much more to be said about this one. This has been very one-sided. PRX need to wake up and they need to do it soon. Well, look,
very shortly.
No. Have I told you the story of the 12?
I'm here for it.
Yeah, it was the comeback.
Cool.
I might be lying. I can't even tell you that story. I can't do it. When Dirk is playing like this, I can't do it. Right? It's just like, well, oh.
Have we ever had a 13-0 on the international stage?
I don't think we've cast it. I don't know if we've had one. I'm sure GB or Space or any of the others who are, you know.
I don't think we have.
I
Not
feel
on the
like we
international
haven't.
stage.
Especially not at this point in the tournament, I feel. Like, especially
This
not
is
past
upper
playoffs.
semis.
Exactly.
By the
That's
way.
ridiculous. Like, the difference here. Anyway, we'll focus up for this one because this might be a very short half. So, away we go towards B. The one man standing in their way with CGRS. Nice little trade work. And take down Chronicle, but will lose out to Durka. Site now looking ready to go. Anyone going to get a little curious? Boom bot sent, but doesn't make much odds here. Durka's away. And look at this picture. Look at that little crossfire. Actually, they deal with Alpha. That's huge. That opens up an avenue. Oh, Leo's closed it. That's much better from Jin. Going to fill the void, and now it's all on Boaster. Is it going to be 13-0?
The clutch man himself.
Look at the HP, super low. Mind Freak down to 3, Jing down to 23. Oh! Well, the dream is dead, Michael. The comeback is on.
It all starts with a pistol.
There it is. Here we go.
And 26 HP.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
See? You're stubborn.
Here we go.
How
Told
far
you.
down the rabbit hole?
We're all mad around here, mate. I'm down for it. You know, the worst thing is I do remember casting a game, different game altogether, and it was MR15, and it was the, you know, the furthest it could get, 15-0, right? Sort of look, and I said, there's no way. It happened. So I've also cursed other games, but I don't think my curse is this strong.
4 appearances on Lotus, 70% defensive win rate.
Big.
I think maybe it's 68, but I gave him the extra 2%.
Yeah, you rounded up. I like that.
because of the pistol here.
Oh, see, there it is. First step, take down Durka. Big un. Lovely. Now let's see if they can keep it clean. Flash to follow, Boaster. A little bit of a challenge. They're going to push on this one. Okay, he should be dead. How is he alive? There we go. Spike now down. It's all looking rosy. Until Leo does connect one, but a quick trade for Jing, and we're all good here. That spike should never fall back into hand. PRX, look, 4 standing. Chronicle can't take them all down. They are low HP-ish, apart from one.
Well, 3 of them are 1 hit to a Sheriff, by the way.
Yeah, but Forsaken's still alive, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
And look, there we go. He hasn't got a leg to stand on now. Nothing. See, look at this angle. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. There's the second.
Yep. Clawing their way back into this.
Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, I'm seeing rifles for Fnatic. It's fine. It's fine. They've got a good bonus here.
Well, at least, I mean, the positive is that PRX actually being decisive here in the early rounds. There, again, I'm not saying it's likely,
right?
But this is a difference between what we saw in the first round.
What, them winning 2 rounds?
Yeah, it absolutely is.
I like that.
That confidence is back.
Confidence is in the building. All right.
Jing's on double digits.
I mean, he's flying. All right. Space taken. They don't want any of it.
Heading towards the site where it's only Forsaken.
It's okay. It's okay. Here we go. Site takes on. Clear. Okay, clearing all that util. Forsaken's in a lot of trouble. He needs to back away. Yeah, okay. Site is Fnatic's. Actually, they want to try and take this back early. PRX, you're going to try and play into this, but Chronic's will be waiting, and as this Durka, Trade's going to come out, Divide does well. Now we look at the follow-ups. The damage is being done. This is great. Jing's there. And now it's all Alpha, 1v3. Wonder Kid himself. What can he do? There's a flash. Doesn't get away from it. PRX, that's 3.
Reset the economy up close to a 900, a couple of others around 300, so might see some light investment here. Sheriffs maybe. Showstopper burnt up, but no other ultimates available for PRX right now.
1 enemy remaining.
Okay, we have the stats man coming in hot. We're looking for 13 zeros here. Oh, that was almost our 3rd international 13-0. The other 2 were by Gambit when they had Chronicle.
Oh, well.
Well, thank you very much, Space. That's our stats man coming in hot with that one. For now, though, you can see the buy coming out. Stingers, bits and pieces. But every round is incredibly dangerous for PRX in a very real way. 1 rifle recovered. Oh, that paint shell very fortunately placed for Jing there. Actually going to catch Alpha before he had any chance to close that gap, but the plant is in. So pressure now comes back on. Working their way in. PRX doing very well here. Durka, the only one to deal some damage. That's a rifle found. And he does take 1 more down with him. But the diffuse is there. We're up to 4.
Trying to come through, find the plant, though. Some weapons removed, but the fun's just about there to protect a further purchase for PRX. 4th on the board. Showstopper available for Durka. Leo does have his Nightfall as well. Chronicle 1 off the pit, so Fnatic can get to a post plant here. Some opportunities to secure. Actually, both 2 away from the divide as well.
Okay. You know, getting there. Bated breath and all that. Jing's starting to activate. 17 kills for him now.
Looking to get aggressive on Mound once again. Fnatic not here to greet it, but how deep do PRX force the issue here?
And the quick response looks like it's from Durka anyway, and Fnatic taking that B site. Instantly to work, Chronicles isolated 1 very early on. Jing with a fantastic response! Claiming 2, cutting them off at the knees on the way in towards that B site. Fnatic left down to Leo and Boaster. That heal towards Jing, he's been a superstar for him so far. Boaster gonna find 1, Jing on the trade. And now a 1v3. Boaster, this is a tall task for him. To even get that divide going though, that'd be very nice for him if he can even get that coming through here. That spike is not where he'd like it. That's a horrible amount of players to work.
Look at the setup on X-Ray as well.
Even just the high-low from Mindfreak
I
and
mean,
Jing's enough, yeah.
so deep in the pit as well.
Yeah. Good luck. Not gonna happen, Jing. All right, it's 5.
I think this time around with the light shield, they will be able to reforce back into this. And yeah, look at the ultimates.
They've almost got that snowball round, right?
Yeah. 3 away, basically, from having a full house.
Heroics from Jing here. Wow.
Yeah, wait, what?
That was 1 HP was left on there as well.
Well, I was just looking at the scoreboard. I thought, man, he's up to 21 and 14 already.
It's forced Fnatic into a timeout.
Easy.
Maybe considering that snowball round, which 2 snowball rounds.
Well, this would be the first, wouldn't it? So they'd win it here, right? Or is it just the attempt of
It's
one?
not a snowball. They haven't got all 5 ults, so unless Alpha.
Unless Alpha.
Unless Alpha.
12 to 5. Here we go. It could be the snowball round for sure. There's plenty of ults to be played with, and almost all of them high impact ones as well.
Divine on the operator as well. I was going to say, he's got a deeper angle than Forsaken. We'll actually have a Trailblazer out here. Boaster to deal with, so presence noted. Look at the switch up here at the B side hold from PRX. Fnatic felt a little bit of freedom towards that previously, and a couple of the openers. Mindfreak is fairly committed here. I'm curious of the range of his TP to retreat from this if Fnatic do actually swing out.
He's got 10 more seconds till his next smoke's back in hand, but Fnatic are actually shifting away from this. Going to invest the ult to try and maybe just clear, just try and find a little bit of that information. Fnatic are really keeping their cards close to their chest. Now, temptation for Alpha maybe to try and swing on that, but it's not going to be. Smoke going to go towards B, but you can see the goal here for Fnatic is that C side, or at least the look of it.
2 kill trips on the site, yeah. 2 kill trips on the site. Forsaken has the Odin, Divide has the operator.
So it's all about connector, it's all about that A-Link. Divide's going to go up, and the 2 players from PRX need to try and do the damage from here. The paranoia is very good, but the cross going to happen regardless. Showstopper popped. Zerka trying to close that gap, held back 10 seconds now on the plant. You're going to have the Viper's Pit as well, just to really add insult to injury. What are you meant to do with this one? Plant going to come in. CGRS is... Oh, huge one attempt! Doesn't get what he wants. Leo going to deny him. But the spike is in. Time's on their side now. It's going to get messy. Durka tries to play his life. Trade comes out. 3v3 now. Still on the site, though. Chronicle surrounded. Looking a little bit worried here. Chip down to 47. Dips away. And you can see Jing trying to close that gap. Trying to get closer. Left down on 1 HP. Chronicle holds the ground. Good trade as well. Alpha keeping this very firmly in hand. And Mindfreak with so much to do. So many players to find. And so little time to do it.
Snakebite on it.
Yeah, that's time. Oh my word, he's desperate to try and make something of this. But he's running low on those seconds, those precious couple of seconds. The spray from Leo, he's got him dead. The snowball round was enough. Fnatic cross the line. PRX get held on 5. Is coming into.
Quirky comp as well. Fnatic aren't necessarily going to be
Sure.
well versed in dealing with these sorts of things. So again, actually, we're testing the preparation factor, and something to know for the second half. I'm actually a little surprised to see Fnatic stick to the cypher pick here, looking to still execute the same game plan as previously. But hold that thought for a moment. PRX take a lot of space away from Fnatic here, force them to rotation towards Fountain. Say whether or not actually Forsaken was going to hold an active angle here, because there's a big gap between him and Jing right now.
If they get the timing right, Forsaken can say nothing about this. They've kind of herded them into the site that really Fnatic seem pretty comfortable with here. Yeah, so Plant should be coming in the next couple of seconds. Durka is joined by one of them who's got Chronicle by his side. Forsaken flies in. Great trade as well for Jing, but again, it's a brawl, right? So it's just who comes out on top in the trades, and it's Fnatic. Boaster puts his body on the line, and the Plant gets held off for a second. They had to back up that fight.
Alpha has to find something from Long here. Boaster and Leo isolated right now, separated, but Boaster's still nice and healthy. Divine Mindfreak untouched as of yet.
This is tense. It does have to be kind of in the hands of Boaster a little bit here, it
Yeah,
feels.
now it does, yeah. It's going to swap out to the Ghost, so an opportunity to potentially find a pick here, but Alpha creeping back into hookah. Yeah.
I like that from Alpha. But Divisive, oh, just missed that window. Did he catch enough of a glimpse, or maybe consider it? Flash there for Leo, good flash. Boaster can't quite close the kill until then. Good trade, better follow-up. Mindfreak making it all possible now in the 1v1. 6 seconds, Alpha! Come on, give him a chance.
What a way to start things off. You can see the reposition from how Devi's playing that, from how Mindfreak is playing it. They had no idea where Alpha had slipped through to. Expecting a flank through from Spawn.
Last player standing. One enemy
Heartbreaking as well, because Mindfreak's in a committed position here. Alpha at 33 though. Crucial headshot to hit.
Squeaky bum time on that.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, because he's got to make the drop out. He has to reveal his position as well.
Uncomfy by all accounts, but what an aggressive start from PRX as well, flooding through over towards A. That was audacious from them. Fnatic now will have to maybe keep that in mind, right? So, okay, we've got to temper ourselves a little bit, sitting super deep here. Boaster all the way back by Shower, just in case you got them sat very, very patiently.
It's a Forsaken wall, if ever I've seen one, by the way.
It's curious. How does it make you feel?
Just throw it out.
It's like a Rorschach test. Just what do you see? What I see, though, is a stack, Mike. We've got 4 players here. How far does Fnatic get before they maybe identify this?
I think actually plenty of utility to work with here. Fnatic very cautious on approach here with Devi. Spotted. To peel away from this, though. I think now Fnatic should figure out that there's plenty of bodies here.
Yep. Scramble time. Fnatic stand and fight. They've got rifles. They haven't got too much to be worried about here. Dealt with the brunt of it. Devi, what's he got? Oh, only a classic. I was maybe hoping it was maybe a frenzy or
yeah, he was
or
noted,
something.
but didn't actually swing when all that pressure comes through from the other PRX players.
30 seconds left.
Scurried away. Okay, Mindfreak though. Oh.
That was an 8 in your face.
Oh. Is there any chance? Oh, and he's seen him as well. Nice shot from Mindfreak, but yeah, position noted. 3 still standing. Should be able to get the rifle in the hands of Alpha potentially, just in case. Yeah, that's a Bulldog. Is there another Vandal? Did that already get collected potentially? I mean, a little bit dangerous. Stack worked out, I guess. If you're PRX in that regard, you're happy enough. You got, to draw some blood there. But the buyback in this bonus isn't going to be particularly weak from Fnatic, regardless. This is still fine.
No. Let's see if Leo's just going to play this through. Maybe stack up with somebody and hope for an upgrade at some point in the round. Actually, now going to get rifles across the board here, so it's only Boaster's Bulldog. I guess the chink in the armor here of the inventory for Fnatic.
It's just the pace in which PRX are trying to take space on this map. It's done so early. I mean, you can backfill it. Yes, I guess it'll cost you some of that utility to re-clear, but at this point, first real contact is, I guess, made here. Yes, there was a little bit of a scrap towards long, but it wasn't particularly committed behind. That's been dealt with. All this happened. Still looking at the likes of Chronicle sat towards that A site. Creeping a bit closer here. They felt a lot of pressure towards B now.
And we look at the trade-off, though. It's a spy cam for the Trailblazers to come out. Both flashes used by Devi. Now got one back online, but Fnatic have burnt up so much utility from PRX, seemingly for free. So now have tons at their disposal and a huge advantage in terms of this A site here. Good molly to slow things down, though, yeah.
That's very nice. Should allow another player to get over in a rotation. That's going to Jing, probably. Nice from Forsaken. Isolating Boaster here, and that does remove the smoke, so some of that safety is going to be taken away from them.
30 seconds.
Oh, that advantage now has passed. PRX able to stall this out effectively, Lauren.
Do they take a TP? Do they just... What's the plan now from Fnatic? You've got 20 seconds, no safety. You need fight, you need something going your way, and you don't have a great deal. So they're going to send Chronicle digging deeper, and that's what you get! 13 seconds, though, and the site's not safe. The swing, he wants to try and deny that plant! He can't do it. Plant's in now. 3v3 post-plant.
Alpha, I don't think he's noted as of yet, but has to try and find something behind the smoke here. Swings onto it, finds it first. Forsaken will trade, though.
Big work from Forsaken this round. Tap on the spike as well, trying to draw out Durka, but does he respond? I think that's enough of a check now. Leo closing the gap as well. Forsaken! Oh! As soon as you think there's a little bit of hope, Durka rips it away from them. 8 HP, all he's left on, and that's enough for Fnatic to make it up to 3.
The bonus converted. May as well call it the full buy with what they brought into this.
Yeah.
Heroics from Forsaken, and beautiful stall here, but there's just a moment where Fnatic are stacked up and they're ready to go hyper-aggressive. Chronicle on the smoke finds 2.
Wow.
And a 3-0 lead now.
Not what you wanted to see if you're a PRX fan. trying to play this aggressive, in-your-face game style is going to get harder and harder as that score just gets further and further away from you. See if they can keep it up, though. Still got the rifle out on CGRS, but the rest left wanting. This time, not quite as proactive, not quite as in their face. You can see them already trying to clear down towards Fountain, seeing nothing. This could allow a little bit more room to have Forsaken lean back towards A.
Yeah, eyes on Jing as well. Stinger in hand, one off the showstopper. Plenty of utility to potentially find a cheeky kill off the plant, maybe, off the spike being tapped, but Chronicle just charging on through.
Yep, pain shot to follow, and bye-bye Mind Freak. It's going to be a clean take so far. There's the threat. There it goes. You saw it on the X-ray. Jing taken out in a second. The rifle now revealed as well. CGRS will note that. Seeker's going to be sent.
Right there.
Let's see where these players are waiting. Forsaken now in trouble. Has to get out of there. You work off that flash? Not really. Fnatic sitting here playing this post plant.
Yeah, Molly goes up as well. It's going to come down nice and early. Actually deal with the wingman trying to find this, but actually CGRS has found a kill.
Might try a little bit more. Forsaken. Going to be noted on that. And Boaster. Comfortable. Yeah, that looked chaotic for a second, but again, you got to keep in mind Boaster was still alive, had the ult, had the molly. Time to be purchased here. If you get a plant from this side for Fnatic, you've got a lot of kit to run through there.
Yeah, I was going to say, it might seem like an overinvestment for the orbital strike as well when the molly's already sent down, but Durka 2 off the showstopper, they have another massive ultimate. Another round shot. Beautiful shot from Chronicle. Like I said, this is potentially as well Jing actually finding the showstopper from a play like that.
Right here.
There.
Ultimates are plenty for PRX now. They're just missing the Seekers. But walking the tightrope in terms of the finances.
Same.
Yeah, same.
Did you pick a skins this tournament?
I did actually, yeah.
You did?
I wasn't going to mention.
Okay. I want to see what skins he's rocking this time. If it's just the glitch pop again, then I think he's just gone back to what he normally does. So just lying to me, but, well, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. It's because we've got these... Whoa, bloody hell, Forsaken. That was a very dangerous
I think that was the step on the decay as
It
well.
must have been, because he got taken down very low.
Yeah.
Whoa. But it's the patience coming out from Fnatic now. They're having to kind of match this. Oh dear.
Just so crispy today.
Yep, he's looking good. CGRS though will get played in. Gets the hell out of there too. Doesn't want to stick around too long.
A very early reckoning.
Wait, look at this push. Jing's down there, sends it from a mile away. Chronicle's caught. This is the first big player advantage that they've had in some time. 35 seconds, Fnatic. They'll back to the wall here. Mind Freak going to be forced out of position, has to fall away. Looks like the molly went in though.
Given it's deep, it's not necessarily going to stop safe passage to site. Mind Freak has found Alpha though.
It's on Durka and Leo to try and keep this hand. First big chance for PRX. Get themselves on the board. Nothing more to be done for Durka. Looking dangerous, yes, but Leo's caught. But he can't get away. PRX finally carve around into the scoreboard here. And 4-1.
Massive investment though. What, they had 4 ultimates here and 3 of them are burnt up. PRX desperate to just stop the momentum of Fnatic early on here. I was talking about questioning over-investment previously. Now Fnatic in a position where they have the pit, the showstopper, neural theft
Seconds left.
available as well. Potentially a mid-round audible.
One enemy remaining.
Find a kill. Durka, I think just, yeah, not expecting someone to be drifting out. The pipe so deep there. Yeah, only the orbital strike available for Mind Freak. Durka straight off here with the showstopper though.
Oh!
Missed attack from the spike and the information from Alpha.
It's so good! And the pace change is nuts, just complete gear shift here. They've been respecting PRX till now, and Booster strides in, kicks down the doors, takes down Jing, takes down Mind Freak, and the site's all theirs. What is Divine meant to do? Oh, pops the Seekers, that seems...
Futile.
Yeah, okay, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Give it a go. But let's kind of roll back to what we saw in this round. All these kind of starts, they've been respecting the aggression from PRX, right? This time, almost just...
This is beautiful though, because a couple of times, PRX are here to try and deal with this spy cam. They come forward to shoot it, but Alpha actually gets a tag, notes a player, and Durka is in position to burst immediately. That early conditioning, PRX are desperate to take away some of the tools from Fnatic in the early round. This time, they punish them for it. They bait them in.
See, I do have to give credit in these sort of moments because, as you said, those sort of things can come out for, you know, a timeout with a coach, but just coming up with that on the fly, again, just kind of noting it and working around it, really nice to be seeing. Now, 5-1, this puts the pressure back on PRX. Can they halt this progression from Fnatic?
Forsaken's position. Look at where Chronicles got to. I was going to say, yeah. I looked at the minimap for a second. Chronicles just walked straight up short here. Maybe trying to catch somebody off guard.
Well, the pendulum swings on the other side of the map, though. Durka. So we'll look towards CT. There is a player in towards elbow. That's going to be Devi. Devi seems very aware of this. And now Durka's dead. There, lovely combination work there. Isolating one. It's laboured. Boaster outdoes CGRS and Leo said to try and follow up, but now down to the 1v3. This is a tall task for Alpha, but he's the wonder kid for a reason. Bringing it down to the 1v1. He's got the spike, he's got a plot, and he has room.
He's got his camera as well. They can post this up and can play a very safe position now. Forsaken only just making it towards spawn.
I must wait a moment.
And he's creeping closer. Does Forsaken turn? Alpha backs away. Running around each other now, Forsaken paranoid. Just the tap on the spike and Alpha gets closer. 2 kills already, needs the third. Drawn in! Oh, the shorty! Seals it, signs it, delivers it. Fnatic move forward on 6 with a Red Bull clutch that they're gonna remember.
Absolutely beautiful stuff from Alpha. Forsaken, a moment's hesitation there not to find the first half. See Alpha actually considering that.
One enemy remaining.
That a disgusting second shot. So what's the thing is Alpha's closed the gap here, gets inside the cove with a shorty.
I mean, this was one of the maps that always stood out to us with Alpha originally as well. Like rolling back to when we first started to see glimpses of it when Fnatic first looked.
Roam here.
Yes.
Across the entire map.
Yeah, I haven't seen one, you know, like a singular look that fully deals with what Fnatic have been up to. Jing trying to get aggressive again, just doubling down on this. And while they do this, they've lost territory over towards Hookah. You're going to have Durka taking that space, and they should have the information.
Oh God,
dear! Oh dear! And Chronicles caught them on the run. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. Fnatic are in full form. CGRS.
Hang on. His leg's sticking out.
Oh. Well, how much can one man do? Not a great deal. Not a great deal. Empty.
Wasn't CGRS the one that actually got stunned by the Trailblazer?
I think so, yeah.
Well, the fact he's able to get out of the orbital strike. Again, such a reactive piece here.
Beautiful.
Like I said, Fnatic aren't scared to use some of these big ultimates on the anti-ecos just to secure rounds. Shame it only got to 1.
Well, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. So you might as well, you know, have a bit of fun. There we are, rolling it back. And now they have to back away. Well, you pick your poison, don't you? There you go.
Alpha's here to greet the TP on the other side, actually. Got to see some pressure come through from Showers.
Little wingman on the way. Bless him. Oh! Ooh, all right. Oh,
The boss is like, yeah, I'm trading you.
That was an impressive trade, honestly. Oh dear. Chronicles just battered Jing, hasn't he? And now he's just walking to the side. Anything to stop him? Actually, yes, there. Forsaken does well to find Chronicle. After he had his eyes drawn by Durka darting across. What do we have now? Smoke's still going to be in place for this. Forsaken doing very well. Exceptionally well, actually, to even make this doable, right? This is a 1v2 now, but look who's still alive. It's Durka and he's on the run. You should be able to get a plant here.
Say, with the plant, it'll be one off the showstopper, so you want to see Devi and Mindfreak stacked up here for a trade. Problem being, Devi has an operator. Durka looking to play deep on this. The smoke going to force him back in.
Did he get spotted?
There was no ping.
No. Hold on. He tries to go for the first shot. He has to be almost proactive in this, right? He's committed to this sort of play style. Does Devi even expect it? The barrel surely shows. First, it doesn't matter! Durka so
Nade
quick
as
with
well.
it. Oh dear, he doesn't want the nade, he wants the rocket! Oh, Fnatic. just ripping down PRX. This looks done, Mike.
Played to perfection. This said no hesitation at all. Even I didn't even spot actually gets the paint shell reset as well off that first kill.
Enemy remaining.
Devi, unfortunately, the one with the operator has to come forward, take something, and the spacing just not there. 8-1 the scoreline here on Bind. Ultimate's online now for PRX, only missing the orbital strike, but very little for them to work with here. We're almost back to stack roulette here, 4 over towards A site.
Yep.
Forsaken left to try and anchor here on the other side.
This is a lot to handle.
PRX dumping everything here, Lauren.
Yeah,
everything.
Including the kitchen sink at this point. There's a lot of pressure on Fnatic, but there has been no kills. There's been no blood drawn at this point. They're still just holding towards long.
The only space they've really taken away is on A short here, with CTRS posted up deep now. Now drifting into a 3-man stack onto B. Fnatic, no damage taken yet.
That's the first, fight as well. That's not bad. Flash. Mindfreak swings it, gorgeous, lovely. Finally getting a bit of a fight back here.
Spike down B.
Now a 2v4. Was a 5. They know where these players are, but the spike is down on long. Can they get that back?
I have
Yes,
retrieved the
okay.
spike.
Alpha going on a solo mission. Chronicle off towards Hookah. They've split their forces, PRX. Didn't see it, I think. Chronicle not noting the player. Here in the jump spot, spots the
30
player.
seconds left.
Forsaken should have this cross though. He does.
remaining.
Clean with it. And now Alpha, this gets very difficult and it becomes impossible. Forsaken is putting in serious work here for PRX.
Yes, he really is. Thank God they convert that, because it's a dump of utility and ultimates at the start of this, and it feels like it almost amounts to nothing until Devi finds this kill, then Mindfreak doubles down on it.
I know.
2 on the board now. PRX string anything else together behind this. Only got the pit to work with on the side of Fnatic, so not too many tools available to throw at this to convert.
Yeah, they're going to hear the jump spot. They're going to get another punish on this. And you can see Durka trying to close the gap. That was the call at the start there. Going to force the hand a little as well. Utility going to slow on the back of the mosh pit. Fnatic taking space this time, but they have a bit more of a default to lean back to. There's no stone left unturned this round.
It's another 4-man stack towards B this time, but Mindfreak, I guess, with the orbital strike and ability to stall out, buy some time for the rotation to come through if Fnatic try and find the plant there.
They're trying to re-clear, but they're going to be behind the curve. They can send Forsaken over towards A, but it depends on the timing that he gets here. Okay, right about now. Smokes to go up, so we can't really change too much. Let's at least get out towards backside, but Plan going to be tested. Anything to stop it? No, and the pit's going to be invested too, Mike. This is a lot of ults coming on in. Forsaken does find Durka. Plan gets denied. 28 seconds, and Boast is detained.
It's going to find 2 here. CGRS will fall as well. Fnatic now in a 4v3.
Thought you'd done enough taking down Durka, but Leo's still alive. There's still a chance. Mindfreak, though, has been critical, as has Forsaken. They lose out Mindfreak, but with 11 seconds, can they get the plant down this time around? Fnatic, yes, they can. 3-player advantage to the 2. Make it just 1 now. Forsaken struggling here. How do you find these 3? First couple of steps in. Managing to navigate past
The bait
Chronicle.
works for him, actually, with the weapon drop. Decay taking effect, though. Forsaken will fall. Fnatic find their 9th. And this is one where, actually, it doesn't even come down to the orbital strike to stall out.
No.
PRX are here so early. There's so much pressure on this plant coming through, but Leo digs his heels in on that lamp's hold.
2-9 now. Unable to string that round together. This is when we're in a drought here.
Yeah,
for
round
PRX.
12, a stinger comes in, a sheriff's here,
Yeah.
no ultimates available. Staring down the barrel of a 10-2 half, another demoralizing first half performance.
think that's a pretty fair assessment. This isn't fun to play if you're PRX, really. I know, they've still got smiles, still trying to keep their heads up, but you got 2 rounds on your map. This isn't really how you want things to be going, but that's a good start. Isolating Alpha towards the backside of Shower could be great, but you could already see the consideration. This is going to be an A-piece ending. Because we're already creeping closer. Work with this utility going forward.
Molly invested fairly early, actually. The Cove as well to cut off the sight lines, but it's going to be difficult for PRX to do much once this first wave of utility goes down, to be honest with you. Divide in a key position, finds Boaster. It's now a 5v3, and actually Fnatic don't get the plant yet.
No, Leo was waiting back for a really long time. I'm not sure what he was maybe waiting on, but...
Hoping that Chronicle and Durka will find kills here, potentially.
Maybe. And on the drop, wait, Chronicle found the kill there. Took down, wait, Chronicle found a follow-up! They had so many bodies on the site. But Leo's got the spike here, and he's in so much trouble. Durka needs to try and bail him out, he can't do it in time. There we go, a little bit of relief at the very end there for PRX. Making it to 3. Means it's not a complete loss, but it's certainly a very uphill struggle.
Something to cling on to in terms of hope or cope. But we need another big comeback here, similar to map 1 from PRX. Fnatic just in the groove right now. It's such a terrifying rhythm.
Vibing.
One enemy.
Yeah.
Just vibing. I mean, I don't know what you're meant to do against this, and I don't think PRX does either. This is their map choice. They got 3. Yes, it's a little more than they had before, but it's still not much to play with. Fnatic looking fantastic. This lead away from Fnatic. Now, they do have more than the first map on that first half, but it's still not much.
No, and I want to come back to a point here after the pistol. Potentially here, PRX get on the board. Talking composition once again for Fnatic. Chronicle, lots of bodies outside this, yeah. Wisely going to give it up. Tries to deal with the Trailblazer, not stand up, so it'll be difficult to follow up. He gets 2!
He's backpedaling away! They're all
my
here!
God.
They're all here! Mindfreak is the last one alive. He thought Chronicle was dead. Look at that smile. Drags them to their grave.
The TP pinch comes through, but like I said, Chronicle,
He's backpedaling away!
They're desperate to follow up on this Trailblazer. Denies the possibility of the stun, then gets 2 kills on top of it, by the way.
Look at this! Oh.
An A.
I mean, it's just ridiculous.
This guy's very good at the game, isn't he? What on earth? Well, starts with a pistol. Oh, ahead of the wall. I'm hoping they'd negate the flash a little. Not to be. So we get the test. It's not really a stack, it's 3 players. So we get to see what Durka can do. He's got Leo by his side. That's 1.
Spike down B.
Paint shot.
Nice.
There he goes.
That's good, yeah.
Okay, they've taken down 1. That's a recovered weapon. Oh, that's 2.
Oh,
That's
well,
a bulldog.
Durka, yeah, giving away the bulldog here.
Durka's got something to do tonight, apparently.
Yeah.
Just
Trying to
busy.
speed run bind here.
I'm pushing long. Huh? Fair enough. So, oh,
Gets spotted.
oh,
He's in the
that's
iPad, his
spot.
elbow sticks out. That's ridiculous. The CGRS down to 14 HP, a Stinger and a Bulldog to work with here, but...
Most is going to spot this. Should be... Oh, the dink as well. Bloody hell. Yeah, Alpha's feeling a bit of pressure there. They're both on this side. He doesn't know that. Yeah, they've crossed through. They still haven't found him. How did he see? How's he found the second there so easily?
You know something we don't. This is brutal.
Duh.
First and second on the board here. You talk about the mountain to climb once again.
It does have to start with a pistol, really. It's just okay. So let's say this goes the way it does. You can no. That's cool. There's a bonus round coming in, but they still the only issue for this quote unquote bonus is it's 1 bulldog. It's not
That's
like
the same bonus as they had on Lotus.
Exactly. It's incredibly strong. So it's not like they're really coming in with an issue, and you still feel as though from one of these players on Fnatic they'll give you a round. So it's like, where does PRX now find any semblance of safety? There isn't much. They're going to go for a little bit of a B piece, it looks like, or at least imply they are.
The utility investment here. It was all very early on.
Haven't made it to the site at all yet. They haven't actually played the Fnatic players either. Dirk has found a little bit of room to watch that cross. CGRS will go down. Leo going to be able to catch the cross.
Oh my God!
Doing that twice now. Twice. It's put a fork in it. This one's done. That's
Leo
12.
didn't even blink.
Nah, he knew exactly where he was.
That is ridiculous. It's instantaneous as well, this last shot. I mean, these guys are just different. 12-3 now. PRX will be able to force back in here. Missing a shield for Devi. 2 Bulldogs. Jing with a judge. And they're going towards Alpha setup.
Cool.
It's Alpha and Chronicle to try and hold down the fort here on A site.
Good luck, PRX. This is the one that has to count. Will Fnatic close the series out and make it look easy, comfortable, untested? Chronicle, gun glowing, and for a reason. But PRX adjust now. Some Boaster on the other side, all alone here. Rotations are on the way, but no one said save him yet.
Molly under the window is going to slow things down here.
Oh, there's the savior! Alpha comes around, gets 2 just. So you can see Jing getting towards the site. It's down to 2v2. Jing and Mindfreak up against Chronicle and Durka. Spike is down. They're yet to plant it, and Jing is desperate to try and hold on to this, hold that close territory. 91 HP. The first challenger emerges. Second, he's got him dead. Jing holding on for another round.
Only 2 survived though, so it's not going to give them any stability, any comfort in terms of the economy here. They're very pacey fake here. They Boaster almost buys enough time here for a couple of members of Fnatic to swing out spawn, but doesn't come through. I think Durka's maybe a little bit hesitant just because Jing closes out that kill on Boaster.
Okay. Give me a reason to believe. Give me something. If it's off the back of this player, sure. I'm down for it. Jing, show me what you got. There you go, found the camera. Take that away.
They fake the pinch once again with the Trailblazer here. I mean, Durka and Leo are ready to collapse. I guess kept in position now because Leo did note somebody deep on Fountain with that first flash. Will on the second as well.
Slow creep back around towards A. Once again, Chronicle and Alpha tested. First contact made. Jing lucky to be standing after that. An opportunity there. Passes. And the site now going to be flooded. Jing, lovely work towards Chronicle. He's opened up a chance as Alpha slips a little deeper. The position as the plant comes in, but the time is on PRX's side. But this post plant, what do they have for it? You can see Alpha getting so close, gets checked on. Fantastic work. PRX finally stabilizing a little here. And Jing takes away Leo from this. And Boaster with that judge ain't going to find much value on the playback here.
No. Shouldn't be given a kill. We're about to potentially swap out here to one of these weapons close by. I said it wasn't clean on the previous here. 5 standing is massive for PRX. In terms of the comeback, they have to get in motion early on. The ability to gain a buy-in hand behind this. And some ultimates starting to come online as well. Forsaken 1 away from the Reckoning. Mindfreak 2 off the orbital strike. 1 for the Seekers. CGRS and Jing already have theirs available. You've got to say PRX with an advantage here, at least in the next, what, 2 to 3 rounds potentially.
Yes.
They can be frugal in approach.
And Jing is starting to find a bit more value here. He was critical to them actually, almost making the scoreline not look atrocious in that one. He keeps doing that now, joined by maybe Forsaken. Those two could really get going. For now though, still a buy, still enough of a buy that you have to pay attention here for Fnatic. It's not perfect by any means. A couple of gaps here and there. and an adjustment made. The third player pulled over towards A, and a proactive start towards Shower, but the response is good here from PRX. Try and take that space. Nice slow down though. They're just gonna go through it, disrespecting that utility. Careful, Jing! Flung back in. Posts the ult, almost caught on the cross, but not.
It's only the Cove that saves him there, I think.
I think so. I just heard it break as he was spamming. Trying to bait in.
He detained both of them.
Oh, he got Leo as well? Oh dear. Uh-oh. Oh dear, okay, good. Nice work between Forsaken, CGRS. Wasn't bad. I was a little worried that Leo would have had them pretty much dead to rights there if they tried to chase down Boaster.
They just can't split up quick enough.
Yep.
Problem being, I said they needed to be frugal. Massive investment to get that one on the board. Still a 6-round gap. And now Fnatic actually take the upper hand on a light shield purchase, but rifles across the board and 3 ultimates to work with. See if Chronicle actually going to shut down Showers immediately here with the pit. He will.
Okay. Allows a little bit more. I don't even say less pressure on Alpha. It's a lot of pressure on Alpha anyway. He's got the whole team coming towards him here. All that utility invested. No plan to be seen just yet. Toying with it now. And Fnatic still holding their ground here, and Jing is a little too ahead of himself.
Yeah.
That's a mistake to be made, and now want to be punished. Good trade from CGRS though. Is Chronicle going to finally show his hand? Alpha swings out as well.
Down A.
But it's down to the 2v2, and there's still no plan.
And Dirk has got a showstopper, so he can deny it even further. Boaster with 1 smoke available here.
Paint Shot heard that scent. Is this a TP? Do they take it? No. Not yet, at least.
Mindfreak has the molly and 1 off the orbital strike, but Dirk is anticipating a rotation potentially. So yeah, he can't deny this now. PRX set up for success now with the molly and the orbital strike available.
Mindfreak needs to play carefully though. He has to play his life, right? Like, he got...
She's preemptively.
That's not what I expected here. There's the showstopper. Does it find anyone? No. Forces them out into the open though. Dirk on 56 can't connect the shot. And now it's on Boaster in the 1v2. Close down the account. Now he's only going to get 1. PRX making it up to 7 now. Got a game on our hands here.
That gap getting smaller and smaller. Whilst I was questioning the investment for PRX, actually Fnatic now burn up everything. 2 off the orbital strike, 3 from the Seekers. They will actually call a timeout here. Maybe try and take stock, slow things down just a little bit. I'll take this chance to talk about the composition again. I'm surprised, obviously, with what you expect PRX to pull out here. Initially, this Cypher application for Fnatic was tailor-made towards some of the Viper compositions to deny.
Leaning back towards B. So they haven't committed to it fully just yet, but we'll see how the start goes.
To take nothing away from Chronicle and Alpha are playing fantastically on the defensive side. That's not to take anything away from them individually at all.
No, if we're just talking composition kind of outdos, you know, it is very hard to play that Cypher when you are up against 5. Now, the switch outs come in here, and Chronicle's gone over towards Fuka this time. Going to take first contact on the back of that dog and slips away deeper towards the site.
Progress towards long as well. Lots of utility invested here. Paint Shell might catch, but Boaster actually finds a kill. Gets the orbital strike off that as well.
This could be massive. When does he commit to it? Maybe off the back of this
Get a
info?
stun.
Nothing. It's just going to drive, and it's going to work very well for Chronicle. Capitalizes, and now a 4v1. Defy with it all to do. Insurmountable odds against him now, and he can't get across the line. Fnatic look formidable here, making PRX look irrelevant to the outcome. This felt like a good attempt from PRX to bring a closer game in that second half.